Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Imam al-Haqq ya Hussein, Maqam al-Sidq ya Hussein, Kitab al-Nutq ya Hussein, Lubab al-Khalq ya Hussein, Abki ka Maulaya al-Hussein, Afdi ka Maulaya al-Hussein, Maulaya al-Hussein. This poetry or prose in Arabic is one of the 52 verses written in the whole prose by Dr. Sayyidina Muhammad Burhanuddin Ridwanullahi alayhi, the glorious father of our current Sayyidina and Maulana in Bombay. I don't need to explain the meaning of these verses in Arabic because I'm speaking to an audience who understands Arabic, who can understand the depth of this poetry. But I begin my lecture with it on the basis that, yes, the incident of Karbala happened. It's there before us to study, to see, to feel, and to take lessons from. But the question always stands that what do we do with it? Is Matam, Azar, Sabil, is that an end in itself? Is that the purpose of Karbala? So that we distribute food and water and drinks to 100,000 people, 1 million people, 2 million, 5 million, 40 million in Karbala during Arba'in? Is that the purpose? Is that the end in itself? Or is that a means to something else? I have always thought personally for myself that Hussein makes me give something to somebody during Muharram to soften my heart. Not that he cannot give something to somebody that he wants to. He is way more powerful than I am. His creator is way more powerful and can reach way more people than I can ever even imagine to reach. So I am only a means in this Azar, Matam, Sabil, everything, to understand the principle for myself, to take benefit for it for myself. Remember when Hussein started from Medina, was there a purpose? He had an invitation. He had a clear invitation from the people, and he answered that invitation. Hussein knew very well the meaning of this invitation, what lay behind this invitation, what happened, what will happen ahead of this invitation. It's very easy for people to come and think or say that Hussein was destined to become a martyr. It was written. It was already decided. When Hussein was born, Jibreel came to the Prophet and the Prophet first smiled and then he cried. We all know about this. Yes, he did tell him that Hussein will be a martyr, but the choice was always at every step made by Abu Abdullah. Every step he made a choice. He left his Hajj. That was a choice. Because he didn't want time. Hussein is not somebody who needs the mercy of time to complete his Hajj. For him, his Islam is more important than his own Hajj. Which is why he left Medina and traveled towards Karbala. When the Zulfikar was shining in the hands of Al-Imam al-Hussein on the Ashoora, sometimes my mind wonders and thinks, didn't people see that light in the Zulfikar and remember Ali? Didn't they understand what are we doing? Who are we facing? And didn't the same Zulfikar, which has been in endless number of battles, annihilating unbelievable scores of enemies, couldn't save Hussein on that day? But Hussein didn't want to be saved. Hussein was not there to accept offers. Hussein has always been giver. He's always given. When the Prophet must have asked Hussein that somebody from my bloodline, somebody from my family will have to give his head for Islam. When I imagine this scene in my mind, I can picture the bowed head of the Imam saying, I am going to do it. I'm going to do it, my grandfather. And then when the Prophet must have teary-eyed said that, Ya Hussein, it's not just you. It's not just you, but you will have to give your family and your children also. And his head must have bowed further, saying what? Alhamdulillah. The same head that was saying Alhamdulillah on that afternoon, in that Asr, which was severed by a sword. The same head saying Alhamdulillah, taking no offers from no one. Remember in those last moments, squatted on the ground, sitting next to a date tree, wounds, unbelievable amount of wounds all over his body, blood oozing out of every inch of his body. And this is only his physical wounds. What about the wounds of his heart? The wounds of the 71 of his family and ashabs who went before him. Those wounds on his heart. And Jibreel comes to him and says that we have the armies of the world. The armies the world has never seen before. The armies of the land, the angels of the sea, the angels of the air. And yeah, Hussein, you just say once, and things will change. But what question can Jibreel, the great angel Jibreel, what question can Jibreel ask the glowing Imam al-Hussein? He asked a question to Hussein. Hussein never even replied. Hussein asked him a question. What is Allah's will? What makes Allah happy? Hussein doesn't accept offers. Hussein is not the acceptor of offers. People like me, we normal humans, we are people who need offers and who need acceptances and who need to think twice and who need to think 4 times. And when somebody tells me that my family is also going to be involved and everybody's going to, be martyred, I need to think I am that kind of a person. Hussein doesn't need offers and acceptances. Hussein decides. Hussein is determined. And Hussein is full of sabr. No matter how difficult it gets, Hussein has only one answer for everything. Sabr. Sabr. It's very easy, very convenient to say that, yeah, it was everything was decided. Hussein arrived, everything was prepared, everything was known. And Al-Imam al-Hussein, with his glorious sight and vision, knew everything that would happen. Not just on the 10th of Ashoora, but till the end of our times, he knew everything that would happen. That is a vision of an Imam, undoubtedly. But then, look at it logically. Imam knew that everything's going to happen on the 10th of Ashoora. Why did he arrive in Karbala on the 2nd of Ashoora, 2nd of Muharram? What was there to be done from the 2nd of Muharram to the 10th of Muharram? For what? To bring his family and to keep them in Karbala and suffer more torture? No. See, everything the Imam decides or does definitely has logic in it. There is no doubt about it. The Imam came to prepare for Karbala. Because Karbala, Ashoora, the martyrdom of Imam al-Hussein is not destiny, is not by chance, it's not random. It involves preparation. He is saving Islam, he is giving himself in the way of Allah. This is not small. This is not something that will just happen. Or it's destined, it will take care of itself. Allah has decided this, Allah will take care of itself. What's my thing? What am I supposed to do in this? Imam al-Hussein came to prepare for Karbala. From the 2nd to the 10th, imagine in your minds, question your minds, what must he be talking in those tents? What would he be telling his ashabs and his family? What would they be discussing? Imam was preparing them because faith needed to be strong. Faith needed to be stronger than the strongest stone ever. Because this was not just sabr. This was the height, the extent of sabr that mankind would never see again. How much ever we try, we cannot feel the whole facet of it. Imam was preparing every single person for martyrdom. And after all the preparations and all the lectures and all the prayers and everything, one night before, the Imam shines. The Imam, your and my Imam, the giver. The giver gives. What does he give his ashabs and his Ahlul Bayt? The choice. Go away. It's night time. Go away. Nobody is going to see you. They are after me. They are thirsty for my blood. Go away. Nobody will come to know. Nobody will say a thing. And the preparation was such for those 9 days that every single one of them stood up and said that, Ya Maulaya, if we had one life, we would give it on you. And if God gives us again, we would give it on you. And the words of Abbas resonates here. That if I had 1,000 lives, I would give it on you and be born again to give my life again on you. Ya Hussein. This was the preparation. This is not a random happening. This does not require you to arrive on the 8th of Muharram or the 9th of Muharram and the 10th you have an Ashoora. Also remember, look at the intricacy of the way of Imam right till the end. When today we sit in Azhar and the majlis is read, the majlis of Maqtal is read, the last bit, the crux of Asr on Ashoora. And one after another the warriors go. Hussein could easily be the martyr hero out of this whole story. He could be the one glorified hero, which he is, but not by his choice. Hussein didn't choose to go first. I will go first. Let them martyr me. Let everybody. Every year in Maqtal, when they pray Maqtal in the majlis, all of us read salawat and dua on the 71 martyrs of Karbala before you remember Imam al-Hussein. Before you remember Imam al-Hussein. Before you pray for him. Before you pray for Imam al-Hussein, you pray for the 71 others. Because the Imam gave them martyrdom, gave them Jannah, gave them daraja before he took anything for himself. And this brings me to my question. In our lives, is Ashoora, is Imam only important for the 10 days of Muharram? 40 days of Muharram? 50? Another month, 2 months? And then in Rajab we forget everything. It is not just limited to shedding tears from your eyes on Al-Imam al-Hussein in Muharram. That is the value of Hussein. The intrinsic value of every Imam is, how has it changed you? What have you given? What have you not taken that is cruel? Anything that is cruel in front of you, that is not right, that is not haqq, you will reject it. That is the real Hussainiyat. Not just crying or the Matam for 40 days. Karbala lives for 365 days of every year of your long life, inshallah. And it should, within you, in your principles, in your choices, in everything that we choose to do, choose to take haqq over cruelty. Remember, my dear friends, there is only a very thin line of difference between, for us, there is very thin line of difference between choosing haqq and cruelty. In our everyday life matters. And I am going to say a very big thing, but I know my audience can understand it. Whenever we choose cruelty in any form of life, in any choices that we make, whether at work, personally, on the road, driving, anywhere, wherever we choose cruelty, we are letting the way of Yazid win over the way of our Imam. The haqq should remain with us for 365 days of the year and for the rest of our lives. That is how we say, Abki ka Maulaya al-Hussein, Afdi ka Maulaya al-Hussein, Maulaya Maulaya al-Hussein. Master Sahib.